Worried your airbag light means your car isn't safe? You're not alone. That warning can feel scary, but it's a problem almost every driver faces, sometimes just after cleaning or moving a seat. Suddenly, the airbag light pops on, and you wonder if you broke something important. But don't panic. This is a common issue, and it's usually easy to fix. I'll show you what the SRS system is, why the light matters, and how to fix it yourself. SRS stands for Supplemental Restraint System. It's your car's backup safety net, working with your seatbelt. The seatbelt holds you in place. The airbag cushions you in a crash. When the airbag light comes on, it means there's a fault in this safety network. The car's computer checks the system every time you start the engine. If it finds a problem, it shuts the airbags off completely. No deployment in a crash. That's why you can't ignore this light. It's not just a minor issue. The SRS system is fail-safe. If it's not 100% sure it'll work, it disables itself. The good news? Many common causes are easy to check and fix yourself. The SRS module acts as the brain of your car's safety system, constantly listening to crash sensors, seatbelt sensors, and seat occupancy sensors, processing information in real time. Crash sensors are designed to detect sudden impacts instantly and tell the SRS module to deploy airbags at the right moment, helping to protect passengers. Seatbelt and occupancy sensors help the system decide exactly which airbags to deploy and how forcefully, based on who's sitting where and whether seatbelts are fastened. If all conditions are met, the SRS triggers a rapid chemical reaction, inflating the airbag in just milliseconds to cushion the impact and reduce injury. Seatbelt pretensioners also fire, tightening the belt just before the airbag deploys, holding you firmly in place for maximum protection. Any loose wire or faulty sensor interrupts this critical chain, so the system disables itself and turns on the warning light to alert you for safety. That's why every component, from sensors to wiring, needs to work perfectly together as a unified safety network. So, why does the airbag light come on? This warning can be alarming, but it's actually a helpful signal from your car's safety system. The airbag light is designed to alert you whenever there's a potential issue with the Supplemental Restraint System, or SRS, which includes airbags, seatbelt pretensioners, and related sensors. Most often, it's a loose under-seat connector, easy to bump when moving seats or cleaning. These connectors are especially vulnerable because they're right where people often stash bags or adjust seats, making them prone to accidental disconnection. These connectors are usually bright yellow and linked to seatbelt and occupancy sensors. If they're not fully connected, the system can't tell if someone's in the seat or if the seatbelt is fastened, so it triggers the warning light. Another common cause is a weak or dying car battery. When your battery doesn't provide enough power, the SRS system may not initialize correctly during startup. Low voltage can trigger a fault code in the SRS module, causing the airbag light to stay on even after the battery is replaced. Jump-starting your car incorrectly can also confuse the system. If the cables are connected in the wrong order or if there's a sudden surge, it can disrupt the SRS electronics and set off the warning. The clock spring in your steering wheel is another culprit. It keeps the airbag and controls connected as you turn the wheel, but wears out over time. When it fails, it can interrupt the electrical connection to the airbag, horn, or steering wheel buttons. If your horn or steering wheel buttons stop working along with the airbag light, suspect the clock spring. This is a common issue in older vehicles or those with high mileage. Less often a crash sensor fails due to corrosion or minor accidents. Even a small bump can damage these sensitive sensors, especially if water or road salt gets inside. The SRS module checks all sensors at startup. If one doesn't respond, the light comes on. This self-check is your car's way of making sure the safety system is ready to protect you. Most issues are simple, but some need a closer look. If the airbag light stays on, it's best to have a professional diagnose the problem to ensure your safety features are working as they should. Time to play detective. Diagnosing an airbag warning light might sound intimidating, but with a little patience and the right steps, you can get to the bottom of it. Let's break down the process so you know exactly what to look for and how to stay safe. First, always turn off the car and disconnect the battery before touching any SRS parts. This is crucial for your safety, since the airbag system can be sensitive, and you don't want any accidental deployments. Use safety gloves, and make sure you're working in a well-lit area. Wait at least 15 minutes after disconnecting the battery to let any residual power drain away. Then, check under the seats for those yellow connectors. These are usually for the airbag system. Make sure they're plugged in tight, not loose. and look for any signs of corrosion or damage. Sometimes, just a loose connector can trigger the warning light. If you've had battery trouble recently, like a dead or weak battery, fix or replace the battery and see if the light goes away on its own. A low voltage situation can sometimes confuse the SRS system and cause a false warning. For possible clock spring issues, test your horn and steering wheel buttons. If they're not working, that's a big clue the clock spring might be faulty since it connects these controls to the car's electronics. A broken clock spring can also affect the airbag. If everything looks fine so far, it's time to use an OBD2 scanner that can read SRS codes, not just a basic engine code reader. These specialized scanners can access the airbag system and give you detailed information about what's wrong. Plug the scanner into your car's diagnostic port, usually found under the dashboard. Access the SRS module and see what fault code comes up. The scanner will walk you through the process step by step. The code you get will tell you exactly which part of the system is causing the problem, whether it's a sensor, a connector, or something else. This takes the guesswork out of repairs. Many scanners can also clear the code after you fix the issue, letting you confirm that the repair worked. If the light stays off, you know you've solved the problem. Investing in a good scanner pays off the first time you use it. It saves you time, money, and a trip to the mechanic for simple issues you can handle yourself. If the code points to a sensor or module that's hard to reach or replace, you may need professional help. Some repairs require special tools or expertise, so don't hesitate to consult a technician if you're unsure. But, for most common issues, like loose connectors or battery problems, you can handle it yourself with a bit of care and attention to detail. Now that you know how to diagnose the problem, let's look at a real-world fix next, and see these steps in action. Let's say your scanner points to a bad clock spring. Airbag light on, horn dead. First, disconnect the battery and wait 15 minutes. Remove the airbag from the steering wheel, usually a couple of bolts or clips. Disconnect the yellow SRS and horn connectors, and set the airbag aside safely. Mark the steering wheel and shaft for alignment, then loosen and remove the center nut and wheel. Unscrew and unplug the old clock spring. Install the new one, making sure it's centered. Most have a locking tab. Reconnect everything, align the wheel, and torque the nut to spec. Reinstall the airbag and horn connectors, then bolt the airbag back in. Reconnect the battery. Now, clear the SRS code with your scanner. Start the car. The airbag light should go out. You just saved hundreds and made your car safer. After the repair, clear the code with your scanner and restart the car. The airbag light should come on briefly, then turn off. Success! Fixing this yourself is satisfying and saves money. Never ignore the airbag light. It's about your safety. Always check the simple things first, like under-seat connectors and the battery. A good OBD2 scanner is a smart investment for any car owner. Learning these basics gives you confidence and control over your car. You don't need to be a pro mechanic. Just know how to check, diagnose, and fix common issues. Next time a warning light pops up, don't panic. Get curious, grab your tools, and see what you can do. You can be your own hero and keep your car safe. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next project. Drive safe.